repair again. This is the auto coverage now sweeping across America at a fraction of what dealerships charge and is now available to the public by calling today. The number to call is 800-547-5262. 800-547-5262. That's 800-547-5262.
Everybody's talking at me.
Chuck Wilder here. Want to go to my guest, Mike Cutler, Center for Immigration Studies, senior writer for CAPS, News with Views. And here we got 10, possibly 11. I know one guy's on the run right now, but accused Russian spies. Mike Cutler, how you doing?
I'm terrific, Chuck Wilder. By the way, I just couldn't help but notice that woman almost got gored. Is that what you're telling me?
She almost got gored. That's yes, right. Absolutely. You can use that on your radio show, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
But no, you know what? We've already used it.
Radio, 7 to 9 p.m. and on the internet on Friday, New York time.
But see, now I've already used it, so you'd be stealing from me. So you shouldn't have leaked it.
I'm not Milton Berle. I don't steal jokes.
You know, in
okay.
this story,
I always thought Al Gore thought he was hot stuff. Now we know it.
Yes, absolutely. And his listen, Mike.
Yes.
In this story, the surprising thing for me is that here is a government agency, the FBI, that is referring to these operatives as the illegals. Boy, that's surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, but what they mean by illegal is they didn't come in with diplomatic visas. So, but you know, it is an immigration story, and that's what nobody in the media is covering, because these folks, according to the scanty reports that we've been able to read, and as the case progresses, I'm sure there'll be more information out there, but they were using passports that were forged from England and Ireland. One woman was apparently claiming to be a Latino journalist. Now, what's remarkable is that probably they picked those passports from the European countries because they didn't need to get a visa in order to enter the United States, which is what I'm going to guess happened, although it's entirely possible that at some point maybe they ran our nation's borders. Nobody's talking about the way they actually made entry into our country or how they specifically embedded themselves, other than to say they used false documents.
You know, Mike, I saw one story. I think it was Yahoo.com had a reprint from somebody, and it was picked up apparently from mainstream media, but it was coming across like, you know, it says they were just average next-door neighbor. But if you read the headlines, you know how they love to do it, falsify it. It's almost like they were Americans, you know, just little neighbors having a barbecue, and all of a sudden they said, well, let's see if we can help Russia. That's not the case at all. You know, these guys were actually sending out bursts of codes and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what's remarkable? Back in the 60s, they actually, from what I had read, built villages in Russia that emulated the United States, down to the cars and buses. They used American currency. They spoke purely English. They had American cereal on the table. They wanted them to feel as comfortable in the United States as possible to blend in. This is the embedding process. This is what hiding in plain sight is all about. And how many times have we talked about this? And, you know, I was an INS agent for 30 years, and I've even talked about this when I've testified before Congress.
Remember the ice cream truck guy you told me about?
The same way, entering and hiding in plain sight by embedding themselves.
Remember the ice cream guy you told me about? Where was he at? Colorado?
In Lodi, California.
California.
And the jobs they take, and I'm still waiting to hear what work these folks did. We know that good-looking gal was apparently a real estate agent and did a good job, as well as being a double agent or whatever she was. But the point is, they want jobs that give them mobility and jobs that give them camouflage. That's what hiding in plain sight is. And that's why it's so dangerous to give people official identity documents when you are unable to verify their true identities. We don't know their names. We don't know their nationality. We don't know who they're affiliated with, what their backgrounds are. But the administration appears intent on giving 20 or 30 or 40 million people who are here in violation of law the keys to the front door of the United States, which is what citizenship represents. And we don't even know how many we're dealing with. We don't know anything about them. Why would you give somebody the key to your house if you're not sure what their identity is? The President of the United States and Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and that whole collection are now poised to do precisely that, even as we're being told that we're under the threat of more terrorist attacks.
Now, these guys, okay, they're not just like little small-time hoodlums either, and
No,
we're coming up on a break, and I may not have time to get your answer on this, but to give you an indication, and I'll see if Mike has any further stuff on this after the break. According to the FBI, some of the people the accused spies met with include former legislative counsel for the U.S. Congress, a former high-ranking U.S. government national security official, a person working on bunker-busting nuclear warheads, New York financier who is prominent in politics, and a major fundraiser for an unnamed political party. And if we stay on this story, hopefully we're going to find out who is this congressman, who is which political party. We're going to take a break, get more answers from Mike Cutler in just a moment. By the way, his website is www.michaelcutler.net. You can read a lot of this good stuff at newswithviews.com. And you can always get it straight at crntalk.com. And we'll be right, BACK.com.
Does your furnace need repair? Your house need cleaning? Or maybe you're ready to update your kitchen? Big or small, whatever your home improvement need, now it's easy to find the right home pro for your project. Log on to redo.servicemagic.com. ServiceMagic is a free online